Hi, welcome back to the channel. Let's have a practice on few conditional sentences. Sentence number 1. What would you dash if you won the lottery? So options are do, did, was doing, was do. So let's have a focus on the sentence that is conditional one. So what would you do, or what would you did, or what would you was doing or was do? We have to pick the right option. And before that, we have to focus that one is past form or second form of the verb. So this one is past form. Over here, would is also the past form of will. It means that both the clauses, that is main and independent clause, they are in past form. So we may call it supposed past. So this situation is hypothetical. It means this is second conditional. So the question is, what would you do? So we will have to write do over here. Why do? Because would is in past tense. After would we put do. So this is a hypothetical situation where what would you do if you won the lottery? Means condition is if you won the lottery, what would you do? It means that this is a supposed past where both the clauses, means independent and dependent or if clause, both the clauses are in past form and they are in simple past. So we will write it like that. What would you do if you won the lottery? So do is the right option. Rest of the options are not relevant. Now sentence number 2. She wouldn't be nervous if she dash her homework. The options are would do, did, does or do. So again we have to focus that this particular clause, that is the main and independent clause over here, this is again is in past or simple past. She wouldn't be nervous, it's a negative statement, but he says that she wouldn't be nervous. So would is the past form of will. So that's why we will write it like she wouldn't be nervous if she dash her homework. So past is always followed by at least past. So this is going to be did. So this would is in past. So this past did is also in past. So both the clauses are having the tense that is simple past, wouldn't and did. So again this is a hypothetical or supposed past situation where there is no reality. She wouldn't be nervous means this is something that is supposed in the past. She wouldn't be nervous, but the condition is if she did her homework. So it means she didn't do her homework, that's why she became nervous. So it means she wouldn't be nervous. So did is the right option over here, just like this one, because the main clause is she is followed by past or simple past. Both the clauses are having simple past, that's why this is a supposed past situation or hypothetical situation where there is some supposition. Now number 3. If my grandfather dash alive, he dash 110 years old. Over here we have got two options. The options are were or was, would be or were, was or will be, were or would be. So again, if I say if my grandfather, if clause over here, this if clause, if my grandfather dash alive, so we will go for were alive. So again it is a hypothetical or a supposition sort of situation. If my grandfather were alive, he dash 110 years old, so he would be. So the correct option is D, where means both the clauses are, that if clause or dependent clause and main clause, they are in simple past. So over here this is simple past. Same goes for this one. Simple past. So if my grandfather were alive, it means he is no more with us, he is not alive now. If he were alive, he would be, now at this moment, he would be 110 years old. So again, this is a hypothetical situation or supposition which hasn't come true in the past. If number 4, if you printed on both sides, you dash paper. So again, if you printed on both sides, this is if clause. Again, over here we can see that this is simple past or second form or the past form of the verb. If you printed on both sides, you dash paper. So we have to opt for were saved, saved, would save, would be save. So if you printed on both sides, you would save paper. So option C is the correct answer. You would save paper. So again, over here we can see that this word is the past form of will. So that's why both the clauses are in simple past. So if you printed on both sides, you would save paper means here you haven't printed on both sides, means the time is gone now. That's why you could not save the paper. So this is again a situation that is hypothesis based or hypothetical one. Now let's go to sentence number 5. We dash football if the weather were good. So if the weather were good, this is in past. Over here, this is the past form were. We dash football if the weather were good. So options are would be able to play, would were able to play, were able to play, will be able to play. So the right option will be would be able to play. Why would be able to play? This is would be able to play football. So this is a situation, means we would be able to play football, means we could not or we were not able to play football because what was the reason? If the weather was not good. If the weather were good, means weather was no more good. So in the past, we were not able to play football if because of the badness of the roughness of the weather. So we would be able to play football. So we would be able to play football if the weather were good. It means weather in the past was not good. That's why we could not play football. So would is the past form of will. So the past form, that is would. So we would be able to play football means this is in simple past, and if the weather were good, this is also in simple past. So both of them, they are in past tense, means second form has been used. So we also call it again a hypothetical situation or hypothesis based situation which could not come true in the past. So let's go for sentence number 6. If you dash a bike, you wouldn't cycle to school. So over here, cycle has been used as a verb. So this is verb over here. If you dash a bike, options are don't have, didn't have, not had, weren't have. So this main clause is in past. Again, this is the past form of will, that is would. So this is in second form or the past form of the verb. So if you didn't have a bike, this is the right option. If you didn't have a bike, it means you have had a bike. That's why you could cycle to school. This was the reason that you were able to reach the school. But if you didn't have a bike, means if you didn't possess a bike, again, this is a hypothetical situation. In that case, you would not be able to cycle to school, means you wouldn't cycle to school. So the option is B. So this is the right option. Why? Again, over here, this one is in past. So double past is actually supposed past. Means this situation is supposed in the past. If you didn't possess, or if you never possessed a bike in the past, which you did, you had a bike, so you could be able to, you had been able to go to your school successfully. But if the situation was that you didn't have a bike, so you wouldn't be able to cycle to school, means you would not be able to go to your school. So this is again a hypothetical situation. That hypothetical situation is actually something that is out of reach, I mean that has happened now. So that is why we call it supposed past. So hope the concept is clarified to some extent.